everybody. Welcome to the program. A program designed to bring you news and interviews on agricultural trends and developments, shaping Zambia's agro-destiny. This is Lima Time. Western Province, fondly and historically referred to as Barotse Land, is endowed with abundant natural resources. From the vast floodplains, rice fields, cattle and fish, the potential of Western Province has not been fully exploited. Past government efforts in the province, which saw the establishment of the now defunct cashew nut industry, has left sad memories in the minds of the Lozi-speaking people.
Mana ni wana Simbangala na mubona kimushitu yo mumbona fa. Mushitu yo mumbona fa kwa Simbangala mwaipone likota. Kono likota ze anelikala fale ne kubule lwakuli batili. Luli kilikota ze kake nisi sabana bamina likolo. Likotaze kako na kuisisa bana bamina kwa college bobotana bukako na kumifela chole kona lutalimira akuna bobotana bobulufelile kakuli Simbangala selube yafera mabususu mane seluzile makweza likota za kuola alisa na tuso ni luna.
The cashew nut itself, since it came in a province in 1986, it did well. Everyone participated. We had almost 10,000 farmers in the province, but from nowhere the company the company was not doing it, function properly, things went wrong up to date.
To date, despite its endowment and potential, Western Province is statistically considered to be the poor of the poorest province. It is with such status, among other things, that government, with other cooperating partners, has been conducting rural development work to improve and sustain the livelihood of people in Western Province. One such partnership that seeks to reduce poverty and improve rural communities is the Japanese International Cooperation Agency, supported participatory village development in isolated areas, PaViDIA project. In its mandate to reach out to isolated areas, the PaViDIA project has for 3 years been operating in remote communities of Kawoma, Shangombo, and Senanga districts of Western Province.
This project started January of 2006 and ending end of this year, 2008, December. We have a total of 8 projects in Western Province, 2 projects in Kaoma district, and 3 in Senanga, and 3 in Shangombo. And 3 projects are started year 2006. And the rest 5 projects started last year, 2007. JICA ZI projects are based on PaViDIA. PaViDIA is the name of the method of the rural social development. And actually, this PaViDIA method are based on 3 components. First, finding the own problem. Next, finding the local resource, then finally finding the solution based on the utilization of the local resources. So actually this project are based on people's participation. So villagers and communities' participations are very, very important. And of course, this project working with very, very strong support of the MACO staff, especially camp extension officers.
You may all be aware that Zambia hosted a number of refugees for several years, and here in the Western Province we hosted thousands of refugees in Kaoma district, Shangomo district and Senanga districts. Now, given that scenario, we had a destabilization of our own local communities, in a sense that there had to be interaction between the refugees and our local communities. There was an introduction of competition for the necessary resource. In this very context, the Zambian government requested the government of Japan for some finances to establish a model for agricultural and rural development in these areas through JICA, and JICA has now has since been implementing the project, a project called Development Through Empowerment of Rural Communities in Zambia Initiative Areas since January 2006. Output number 1 concerned the building capacities amongst the targeted villages to identify and solve their communal problems, so that it can even be enhanced in a sense that even in future the projects, when the project has wound up, the communities are able to identify their own local problems, and using the local facilities and local resources they are able to solve their problems. The second output concerned the activities that were both on-farm and off-farm techniques that would yield the results that translate into improved livelihoods amongst the refugee hosting areas. While the third one is where local partners would be able to facilitate community development through participatory approaches. In this context, we are talking about local partners such as the Ministry of Agriculture itself and other players such as NGOs, community-based organizations, etc., etc. In terms of the targets of the project did not just end at, or rather aim at looking at the communities alone, but also looking at maybe the capacity of the Ministry of Agriculture to facilitate the cycle where the communities themselves are able to recognize their own potential and make use of it. So to that effect, the targeted groups were both MACO staff in the respective areas and the headquarters of MACO here in the province, as well as the farmers out there.
Agriculture is a mainstay of rural communities in Zambia. In Kaoma district, the PaViDIA project is supporting rural communities with income-generating activities such as crop production, livestock husbandry, and running hammer mills.
In Kanampende, for example, we have a micro project that comprises 2 sub-projects, and these are input supply and animal draft power. So after the Kanampende community identified this micro project, JICA came in and funded them to a tune of 42,640,000. At the moment, the communities in Kanampende purchased animal draft power, which they are actually using amongst themselves to plow their land. This has actually increased on the number of hectareage, the timing of their cropping, and also the yields have improved. Coming to Samandanji also has a micro project comprising 5 sub-projects, and which are, they have a grinding mill, a piggery, input supply, goats, and ADP.
Inputs such as seed and fertilizer are critical to crop production and household food security. As most rural people have access to land but lack inputs, PaViDIA has assisted disadvantaged people access inputs to engage in productive crop husbandry.